Hi friends, it's Terry Stewart, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Welcome to my Stamping is Fun channel. This project features cherry cobbler cardstock, crumb cake, white, and a piece of DSP. This DSP is from 'Tis the Season. We'll be using the Merry Moose stamps, Itty Bitty Christmas, the Moose Punch, the classic label punch, some of this lovely mesh ribbon, and soft suede ink. Let's get started. I'm using a sheet of cherry cobbler. I'm going to cut it in half at 4 1/4. I'm going to square it at 5 1/2. I'm going to place that score line on the 1 1/4 mark and score it again. This card is going to be a hinge card. So we will fold on the score lines and burnish, and then fold back on the additional score line. From the Itty Bitty Christmas, I'm going to stamp Peace and Happiness on a piece of scrap paper, scrap white. With my soft suede ink, I'll stamp on this piece of scrap paper and punch that out using the classic label punch. From the Merry Moose stamp set, I'll be stamping Merry Christmas. Using soft suede ink, I'm stamping Merry Christmas on the inside of the card. From the Merry Moose stamp set, will also stamp a moose in the corner of the inside, and using the same image, I will stamp the moose again on the envelope. I'm going to emboss this piece of white cardstock using the Evergreen Force 3D embossing folder. Place my cardstock right along the guide on the embossing folder and run this through my cut and emboss machine. And here's the finished embossed piece. I'm going to punch a moose out of the center of this crumb cake piece layer. I want to add some adhesive on this scored hinge. And now we're ready to assemble. With our DSP piece, put some adhesive on the back of that and adhere that centering it between the score lines. Adhere the embossed piece on the crumb cake layer. And that covers the moose punch that we'll use as a decoration on the front of this card. Tie a knot around the bottom part of the card with the mesh ribbon. And then trim the ends. And this becomes our card front. So adhere this. And we'll put some adhesive on our moose, making sure to get glue on the ends of his legs to secure them to the card front. And then place him right in the center of the card with a bow. Put some dimensionals behind our sentiment. And I'll place this below the bow. Adhere the inside greeting to the base. Using a piece of linen thread, I'm going to tie a bow to put on our mousse. Trim the ends. I'll adhere the bow with a glue dot. I'll fold it in half using my pick a tool. Place it in the middle of his neck. And then place the bow right on top of that glue dot. And there you have the completed Christmas hinge card with the Merry Moose. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel so I can bring you even more fun stamping projects. Remember, stamping is fun.